What's up, everybody? This is Damron with Trash Ass Gamers. I'm playing Bastion. Really cool game if you haven't checked it out. It's really fun. I've enjoyed it. This is going to be part 4 in our complete guide. So if you haven't checked the prior 3 parts, this will be a complete guide. We're covering every single mission. I'm going to show you all the gameplay, but more importantly, we're focusing on trying to get all the achievements in the game. So that's going to encompass doing all of the 23 vigils as well as miscellaneous achievements, and we're going to be doing all the proving grounds and all of the dream sequences as well. So for every video, I will timestamp in the comments as well as the description specific places where levels begin and where certain achievements are unlocked and certain vigils will be unlocked. And I'll talk a little bit in that moment about what was done to unlock it. Now I will cut a clip right here because this is where I got the vigil, the Masons, which is to do 70 damage in one hit with the Kale hammer. I don't like playing with this hammer, so I just jumped in here, got it, and then restarted the level. But there is a skill that when you block, immediately after you block, if you do a hit, you'll do more damage. And if you have a lot of these little birds around you, you'll likely get even more damage when you get that hit. So you should easily get 70 damage there to unlock our 7th vigil. So obviously I'm not going to talk the entire time as we're playing these levels. You can enjoy the gameplay if you wish to do so, and you can also check the timestamps if there's particular vigils or particular achievements that you're looking for. So enjoy the gameplay, and I'll meet you at the next portion.
Wallflowers survived the calamity. It toughened them up. Same goes for the kid. Slinger Jawson's old outpost is all that's left of him. Kid sticks to his old standbys. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's seen the last of them. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Jawson's boys left all kinds of stuff out here. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and you only make him mad. Hardly any signs of the old Jawson camp. The Wild's already reclaimed this place. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health. After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating. Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good, for all I know. Wherever he is, somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go. The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Ligura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, pineapples, swamp weeds, ankle gators. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Caelondia's famous watering holes. The security's just man the street now. Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Rondy the bartender. Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Pith, the bull. The gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone. Near lost my train of thought just thinking about that place. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels. Ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say. The breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak. They say one whiff of lung blossom can make it lose your mind. Well, the kid prunes it down to size somehow. Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it. A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers.
Alright, so now we're at the point of the game we're going to be using shards to upgrade some of our buildings by putting these into the monument. And the first one that I'm going to upgrade is the memorial. And the memorial is going to give us access to a new vigil, a couple new vigils, and one of those is the inspiration. So the inspiration is for upgrading 5 weapons 3 times. So if you do this prior to upgrading the building, as soon as you upgrade the building, you'll get that vigil. Now another vigil that I have unlocked here is the Dynasty. That's for getting first in, the first prize in 7 of the proving grounds. All the proving grounds are going to be combined into one video, so that'll be a different part later in the game. So I'll show you all the proving grounds and what's best to get the first prize. But here is where I unlocked it officially by purchasing it from the memorial. So this is where you're going to be upgrading your weapons here, and again, as you do 5 of these to level 3, you're going to get the inspiration that I got as soon as I upgraded the memorial. And then of course, as we're spending our fragments, eventually once you spend 10,000, you're going to get the Vigil for the city. And that's just for, so you're going to get that one naturally, obviously, as you play. So that's 10 of our 23 Vigils completed now.
The city. Its riches, nothing but fragments now.
It's also a good time. You should be level 4 by this point. The spirit that I like to use for my 4th slot is Bastion Bourbon. This is going to give us an extra health tonic capacity. Now you're going to be able to hold 5, and the tonics are going to, completely refill your health. So that's a really good one to add.
The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan. Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Roathus Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still looking about. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon. These beasts, they don't like company.
Alright, so the next Vigil that we're going to get is the Slingers, which is using the dueling pistols, and this is to get 12 hits in a row. Now it doesn't have to be the same enemy, and it says, quickly, but you don't really have to be that quick. As long as you get 12 hits without missing in a row on either one or multiple enemies, you'll get that Vigil, and we'll be at 11 of 23.
They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. They say you can't hurt an ankle gator unless it's raining. And it ain't raining. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Most of those peckers are smart enough to stay out of Queen Anne's way. Those pincushions been living off the ankle gator scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the queen's running out of options. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid.
Alright, so we're coming up on our next vigil, the Brushers, and this is with the brushing pike. And the vigil is for, stabbing or getting a thrust on an enemy and then killing it with a throw. But I noticed, honestly, the thrust, I didn't even have to hit somebody. It's easy on a stationary target, but you saw there, I just thrusted, I didn't hit anything, and then I threw it, and I got the vigil. So that's going to be vigil 12 of 23, and that's also going to take us to the halfway point of the vigils, the 50% mark, which will unlock the Vigilante achievement. So that'll be the fourth achievement in our playthrough. And also, this is going to be the third of fourth locations for the items we need for bringing the 4 domesticated animals into Bastion. But keep in mind, as I've said before, if you miss that item, the Ankylator egg there, it's okay. You can buy it from the Lost and Found. You don't have to come back into the level and pick it up. But that is the location of the egg. And when we get back to Bastion, we'll bring the Ankylator into Bastion with that egg.
They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoying. And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the Brushers. Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel.
Alright, so once we get back to Bastion, we can talk to Zia and give her the Ankylator egg, and that's going to give us 3 of 4 domesticated animals into Bastion. Again, that's for the Pet Sitter achievement, so we only need 1 more pet to unlock that. So just talk to Zia, and again, remember, if you didn't pick up the Ankylator egg, it's okay, you can grab it from the Lost and Found and do it that way. Just be sure you bring the animals in, as soon as you can when I'm showing you to do it, because there is a scene later where the animals can die, and if you don't have all of them in at the same time, you won't unlock the achievement. So go ahead and put them in the guides when I'm showing you to put them in. Also, this is the kind of end of this part, so we're finishing up part 4 here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the guide. I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough and the vigils and everything in the guide. It's been really fun. Again, this is a new channel. It's kind of a hobby for me, so I really appreciate all the support I've gotten thus far. So if you like our content, feel free to like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in part 5 of Bastion.